Fierro, the Democrat in this town. And I also want to thank, of course, those who are here on the head table, certainly our Congressman, Congressman Gallego. You are our Congressman. You're going to meet our Congressman. And Lon Burnham, I think, for those of you who don't know him, you heard Joe Moody talk about him. I can't think of a more progressive representative in the Texas legislature than Lon Burnham from Fort Worth. He deserves our support because he has been there working for Democrats and for people, working folks for, as you heard, 18 years. And we need him in the Texas Railroad, I guess I should say Energy Commission, because he's going to change the title of the commission. And of course, Liliana Holguin, who has been there in the trenches, supporting the party, making the party run, helping Butch, helping George. Our next chairwoman of the Hidalgo, of the El Paso Democratic Party. And then, of course, our fearless leader, Butch Maya, that I wanted to make sure that we recognize because he is, as you all heard, had to go through a very hard time. And nevertheless, his zeal, his passion, his support of the Democratic Party, as you can tell, is unabated, and he continues to provide leadership in this party. So thank you very much, Butch, for what you do for us in El Paso. And I also want to thank, of course, the committee, those of you who voted to induct me into the Hall of Fame. I want to thank the fellow inductees that deserve to get this honor. I don't know that I deserve the honor. They are folks that work in the trenches for the party day in and day out. And I certainly somebody like Sebastián Martinez, for crying out loud, 41 years, deserves to be recognized. And so do the other inductees. And finally, I want to also thank, of course, my wife Carmen, who is here tonight, and my son Nicolas. There isn't anything I have done in the last 33 years in the political arena without Carmen being there, supporting me, and actually, quite frankly, working equally together. In fact, just this morning, she was driving me as we were doing block walking for Lina Ortega. So, Carmen has always been there, and she is a true stalwart of the Democratic Party as well. I don't have a lot more to say other than thanking you all for being here and taking the time to recognize these inductees, my fellow inductees. I want to thank you for the work that you do for the party. We have a lot of work ahead of us for the primary and for the general election. And I just want to close with this. I firmly believe that the future of this Democratic Party, with all due respect to, starting with myself, who's going to turn 68 here in about 30 days, with all due respect to the older members of the party, I want to tell you that without a doubt, the future of this party lies with our young people, with the young students, with those who are out there starting to get involved and that are going to be making the difference in this community, in this state, in this nation. I want to recognize in my table some of my staff that are involved with an initiative that we call the Youth Voter Initiative. We have a Youth Advisory Committee in Senate District 29. We have Claudia Yoli, would you please stand? Samantha, Romero, and Paulina Lopez, please, Paulina. These young ladies are part of my staff, but they are spearheading this program that we are taking to every single high school here in El Paso. We were just in Andres yesterday, Coronado, Paso High before. We're covering all of the El Paso Independent School District. We already covered the Isleta Independent School District, the Tornillo, and the San Elizario School District. And so what we are doing is essentially through this Youth Advisory Committee is having these young people, students from high school, from the community colleges here, and from UTEP, peer-to-peer, going to talk to the high school students that are turning 18 and that are now eligible to register to vote. The reason why, Nina, they were not out there walking with me today on your behalf is because they were busy inputting data for all of these students that we have registered, that we have to turn in, Mr. Chairman, to the elections department on Monday, because Monday is the deadline for registering before the May 1st primary. And so I can't tell you how exciting it is. I went to speak to the students there at Andres yesterday, and before that, when we started in Isleta at Eastwood, and they've been doing it all themselves. I've only gone out these two times. How important and how exciting it is to see students get interested in the process. And in the Isleta case, it was before the bond election in November, and those students knew why it was important to register, why it was important to vote, because they wanted improvements in their schools, in the Isleta School District. They know the condition of the buildings, they know the lack of resources, so they could see a direct connection between them participating and voting and results that would benefit them. So what we are promoting is not only registering to vote and voting, but also civic engagement, participating at every single level, local, state, and federal level of government, so that these young people can start getting the experience of making a difference in their community and in their state and nation. So I want to encourage you to participate in this effort. Those of you who want to, these are the folks that are running the program that I just introduced to you. We still have Socorro, Canotillo, Anthony, and am I leaving one of the other school districts out? Clint School District. And Horizon. I guess we gotta go to Horizon too. So we are still, the idea is that we are going to register every eligible high school student between now and the general election in November, because they are going to make the difference in the election of our Democratic candidates. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it.